Hi everybody, welcome to this tutorial about advanced blues improvisation concept. This is the second part of the improvisation concept I developed over the years, which for me seemed to be very easy and very easy to understand, but for all beer and whiskey drinkers among you, or any kind of other drinks, this time we are going to have some theory. So you need your brain, don't drink too much before this tutorial. Or whatever you do to concentrate yourself. Yeah, so to understand this tutorial, it's very much recommended that you first check the basic blues improvisation concept, but I just give you a small reminder. The basic improvisation concept in 30 seconds is explained like this. If you have a blues in A minor, or in A, you play the A minor pentatonics. I have a lot of delay here. I cannot switch it off now because today, and those who always ask about my equipment, today I have a different equipment than normal. This time I have a Black Star 1 watt tube head, in combination with an Eventide ultra harmonizer. I think it's 3000, it's the H3000DSX and the Lexicon LX15 reverb. That's a bit old-fashioned stuff, but I changed the equipment a little bit. So coming back to the basic improvisation concept with the minor pentatonics, just quick in 30 seconds. It's very easy. You start on the root note of the minor pentatonics, and the A minor is like root note, root note, root note. So you start on the root note of the pentatonics, play a little bit, and come back on the root note. It could be a... That's basically the basic improvisation concept. Now we're coming to the advanced improvisation concept, and therefore we have to go to a closer view that you understand my explanations a little bit. Alright, now we're checking the advanced improvisation concept. First we need to explain the normal blues form. Like in a blues in A, it contains the chords A7, the chord D7, and the chord E7. Which is played more or less in different combinations, but the basic blues form would be 4 bars A7, 2 bars D7, 2 bars A7, 1 bar E7, 1 bar D7, and 1 bar A7, and last but not least 1 bar E7, which is actually then used on the backing track we're going to hear later. Now, in the advanced improvisation concept, we start to play to the more to the chords, related to the chords, meaning we are playing the mode which is related to each chord. In blues it's very easy. It's on A7, it's a Mixolydian mode, which is this one here. In D, I think I'm going to switch off this delay. This is a little bit disturbing now. Alright, now I'm back here. On D, it's D Mixolydian. You can use the same, scale which I used before, and move it up to D. Or you can stay in position and play this scale. This is the D. Doesn't matter which one you want to use. Best would be that you play all positions, of course. And on the E, of course, you play E7, E Mixolydian mode. Same thing, just 2 frets above or up here. Yo, so these are the scales which I used. Now, to remember, from the basic improvisation concept, we can play the minor pentatonics over the whole form, meaning we played over the whole thing. I give an example. Now I play minor pentatonics. and so on. So if you like that kind of sound, you don't need to continue this tutorial, because a lot of players only play minor pentatonics. But if you want to have a more sophisticated sound using the Mixolydian modes, then it will sound a little bit like this. And so on. So, of course, you need to have a few things together, but basically the concept behind is very easy to understand. So, now you can choose, either you play A minor pentatonics over all chords, or you switch between the chords and then you play on the chord. And then you play Mixolydian licks, like when we are on A7, then you play A7 or A Mixolydian licks. This would be, for example, this one here. And very important, a lot of people, when they think about, oh my goodness, I need to play Mixolydian mode, they play, oh my god, I need to play Mixolydian mode. Actually, that sounds really terrible if you just play the scale. Mixolydian mode is, you need two things to really know about the Mixolydian mode is, when you count through the notes of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Normally, whoa, what's that? I have a ghost in the wire. You can hear it. Oh. I didn't use that piece of equipment for a long time. That's why you got that noise. Good. So when we count 1, 2, 3, then you have, this is the triad of the scale, or of the chord, of the A7 chord, and then you play approach note on the triad, one step below, so 5 to 6. And this is how you play Mixolydian mode. You mostly, like 80% of the things you play this approach note, and then you can play whatever you want, and then back to this approach note. This is 80% of this makes this one. The second one is when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you make a half tone bending on the 6th note of the scale, and combine it with that. And then you have more or less how Mixolydian licks are built, like the normal ones. Of course, there are some other ones, but this will be in the super advanced tutorial. For today, it's only the advanced tutorial. So this is the way you use that. So once you have this lick together, now when it switches to D, then of course you need to switch as well. So you can play the same lick again, but move it up to D. Same when it switches to E. Go up. Any kind of combination. So now it would sound like this. Now comes D. Now comes E. Yo. There's still the ghost there. I'm pretty sure you are hearing this. Yeah, okay, so let's don't pay attention to Mr. Ghost on the wire. This is insane. Where does it come from? Yeah. That's getting on my nerves. I'm switching it off. Alright, now I'm back. I switched off the Ghost. And now, for those who are asking yourself, what is the equipment HP is using now? It's only this Black Star 1 watt tube head with the internal reverb. Very easy equipment. Okay, but today's theory, so it's not so important. But still, I think that anyway, this Black Star thing sounds great, by the way. It's not that it sounds like shit. I really love it. If for the sound puristics among you, I think it sounds great. All right, so we had the Mixolydian now together. Now, if you want to sound it more interesting, you can switch between the basic and the advanced improvisation. So meaning you also can add the A minor pentatonics in between to give a little bit more dirt and a little bit more juice into it. And the best spot to do this will be when it switches to D or E7. So that would sound like this. Now switch to A minor pentatonics. Back to Mixolydian. Now E, A minor. So now you heard we have this dirt in between, and actually that's the cool thing. So on the A7, you play Mixolydian. On the D7 you switch to minor pentatonics, and on the E you also can switch to minor pentatonics. Now of course you don't need to follow the standards. You can play any kind. You can play A minor pentatonics at the beginning, switch on D7 you switch to D Mixolydian, on or E7 you can switch to E Mixolydian. Let's see how that sounds. I guess not so. A minor pentatonics. Now we switch to D Mixolydian. Minor pentatonics, now E. So that's basically the advanced improvisation concept. So now when you ask yourself what this dude is playing, these were licks or just variations of basic licks. Now if you want to get deeper into this topic, you just need to, if you find any kind of Mixolydian lick, could be I don't know. That is also Mixolydian lick, is more jazzy like. If you find a Mixolydian lick, then you check on which chord is related. That one was in A, so you can use that for A7. And then you just put it in. And if you want to transpose it now in D, and so on. That's the way it's used. Also any kind of chord licks, I don't know, like typical, like you can adapt them like on D and on E. That's the trick. Then you add some minor pentatonics and so on. What I personally like, I'll show you one more lick, is the combination between Mixolydian and minor pentatonics. Is this lick here. That one is really cool because it starts here when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the sixth note of the scale or of the mode goes to the root for the 1, and then it goes on the minor triad and not on the major triad of the scale. So we have a combination in the lick itself. You can use this anywhere, like also up here. And this, for my personal taste, has the greatest effect. And so on. So now, putting things together, I'm going to show you quickly what it really makes, this advanced improvisation concept. Then you really mix up the scales and get this cool little dirt in the soloing. Yo, that was the advanced improvisation concept on blues. Now you can take your bottle of beer again and your whiskey, whatever you kind of alcoholic drinks you take, because the theory is over now. Yeah, the difficulty is just that you know which chord is currently played, otherwise you're completely wrong. And that doesn't really sound great. So if you doubt, stay on the minor pentatonic, on the easy improvisation concept. If you go for the other one, you really need to be conscious where exactly in the blues form you are playing. And the rest is just practicing and enjoying it. And the more licks you learn, of course, in this case, I'm not really a friend of licks, but in this case, especially on Mixolydian, it's very useful that you learn a few licks just to get the idea how this scale is used, because as I said, you don't play the scale up and down, you just have these special things going on basically on what I explained. You can also create your own licks, and then you just move it up and down, and combination of both worlds is the best, as usual. Also in the kitchen, don't make only pizza with cheese, also put some tomatoes and some, I don't know, whatever you want to have on it, some ham on it, and this gives the best meal. You are thinking when you play music, think being a cook. That's what makes most sense, actually. Maybe. Okay, enjoy it. See ya.